It is the MyBookie.ag Monday matchup. He's Lance Taylor. He's Jim Dunaway. I'm Ryan Brown. Monday Night Football coming up. Minnesota, San Francisco. The 49ers a 7-point road favorite with a total of 44. We're about to talk about it. You can play it at MyBookie.ag. Code NextRound for 110% sign-on bonus. MyBookie.ag. Code NextRound. LT, what is up? How are you?
I'm good, man. I just randomly got a workout in, and I randomly have purple on. So I don't know if that's like a foreshadowing for tonight or not.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dunaway's kind of got his Coca-Cola hat as kind of San Francisco 49er color.
It is.
It really is. And in my fantasy football, I've got Christian McCaffrey. What's his status? Is he playing?
He's playing. That's the report. He's playing, yeah.
I saw Lisa Salters talking to Scott Van Pelt, and she said that he is, quote, ready to rock.
Yep. And I've got Kittle. Is Kittle playing?
Kittle is playing.
Okay. Is Ayuk playing?
Ayuk is playing.
Jerry gonna do the whole.
Yeah. Is Madison playing for the Vikings?
Alexander Madison is playing, yes.
Yeah. I got a lot of players playing in this game.
Holy crap, Dunaway. What a team you got tonight.
Let's go.
All right, let's do some player props here. San Francisco -7. A total of 44. I got all the player props from MyBookie.ag. Let's start with quarterbacks here. Let's go passing yards. And now Lance may be giving some of these out or maybe playing these. So you just tell me if you are, Lance. I don't know.
Yeah, I just played one player prop. So when you get to that, I'll tell you why. But yeah, I'll kind of give you what I've got a side, obviously, in this game.
Yeah, so Lance has got a side at lanceslight.com. He's wearing purple. That may or may not be an indicator. I think I heard a horn in the background there, so he could be given
that's a cool home field, by the way.
It is. Yeah, let's do the skull cheer. Brock Purdy and Kirk Cousins basically identical in their total on the passing yards. 244.5 for Brock Purdy, 243.5 for Kirk Cousins is the total in the game tonight.
That seems a little high for Brock Purdy, and it seems a little low for Kirk Cousins. And the reason I say this, if you look at Kirk Cousins, a lot of times, I think 4 or 5 games this year, he's got 2+ passing touchdowns. And 2+ passing touchdowns is a lot in the NFL. But they play a lot of catch-up football. They play a lot of tight games. But Kirk Cousins throws for a lot of yards. But, yeah, those numbers, I'm looking at them right now, you're right. I mean, they're virtually identical. Now, Cousins is -130 on his over, and Brock Purdy coming off an awful game against a really good defense last week in Cleveland. That might just be even money on his. No, his mine 132. Yeah, they're identical. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, Dunaway, you like Kirk Cousins? I think coming into last week, Tua was the leading passer in the NFL. That'll probably change after last night. Kirk Cousins was second. I mean, this is not a good team, but he was second in the NFL in passing yards. Dunaway. Yeah,
but does the 49ers and Brock Purdy have all their people, and does Kirk Cousins have Justin Jefferson? Yes and no.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take under Kirk Cousins over Brock Purdy in that one. Brock Purdy doesn't have 2 bad games in a row. Come on, he's Mr. Irrelevant.
Yes.
He's not gonna go back-to-back bad games.
It's Justin Jefferson, man. I mean, the loss from him, it's crazy. I saw this, and this has been well documented. But last year, Minnesota was 11-0 in 1-possession games. That is an all-time NFL record. And they've got 4 one-possession losses, the most in the NFL this year. So everything is completely flipped. But the one thing, Kevin O'Connell, dumb and good decisions. Those games are typically extremely tight.
Let's go passing touchdowns. Same for them again. Both 1.5, Brock Purdy and Kirk Cousins. Total of passing touchdowns at 1.5. I'll start with you, Dunaway. Where are you going here? I'm
going to go over on both.
All right.
Yeah.
You like an offensive game?
Yeah, I like 2 passing touchdowns each. Nothing crazy, but I'm leaning a little bit to the 49ers tonight, but I don't know what the point spread is. You'll tell me that later, right?
7? 49ers 7.
Ooh, I feel maybe the Vikings at like 6.
Okay.
I mean, they beat them by 6.
So you're over both those numbers, over 1.5.
Over both those numbers. Yeah, I think the Vikings can score a little bit on the non-D'Amico Ryans defense.
Lance Taylor? You have a thought on that?
So, it looks based on what I'm seeing that, both are 1.5, but Cousins is +145. So Vegas is saying more than likely he's not going over the 1.5. What I like to do, if you just want to have fun with this, you're a $25 player, $50 player, $100 player, you play both over 1.5s if you don't think the game's going to fly under. And it's hard to look at an NFL box scoring again, unless it's a complete under game and see where the combined quarterbacks have less than 2 total touchdowns. So it's almost like you play both overs here and you just hope for a split or worst case split, and you hope to get both home.
Dunaway, you ask about Madison. His total rush yards, 44.5 tonight for the Minnesota Vikings.
Ooh, that's a great number, 44.5. He's on my fantasy team, and that's about what he's clocking in at every week. You just hope he gets, same number of receptions, 44 rushing, 45 receiving, and maybe a touchdown or 2. That's how he's been scoring his points. But against the 49ers defense, I'm going to say that's an under. I'm going to take under on Madison there. Book him at 41.
41.
Yeah, I think I probably would lean under. I wonder if this is the night we get a little Cam Akers.
I've got him at Lance. I've only got him at 14.5. That's
he really hadn't played. He's still in the offense. But I can see Akers. That could be one of those things. Yesterday I couldn't find anything on Darrell Henderson. I was going to start him in fantasy for the Rams because they were both Rivers and Williams were out, so they had to get practice squad guys. And Darrell Henderson wasn't even available. And like his first carry, he popped it off for 16 yards. And that's one of those with Cam Akers. He comes in 1 carry. It's worth taking a flyer if you believe he's going to play tonight.
Yeah, 14.5 is a low number. I mean, you bust one run and you can bust that one. Dunaway, you ask about McCaffrey, 64.5 is his rush total tonight. 64.5 for Christian McCaffrey.
See, I don't know if I like that rushing. I mean, what's his receiving? Is there a receiving number on that?
Yeah, I got receiving. McCaffrey's 27.5 receiving.
Oh, that's where I would go. I'd go over 27.5 receiving with Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, I think what happens here is these numbers are both a little on the low side because they don't know how many touches he's actually going to get and how healthy he is. He might be ready to rock, but he's not completely healthy. I mean, that's one of those guys you got to protect for the long term.
Yeah, but one catch can get you over that 27.5.
Yeah. Little receiving numbers. These are from MyBookie.ag. Code NextRound at MyBookie.ag. Get that sign-on bonus up to our sign-on bonus 110%. Other way. Yeah, there you go. 110% sign-on bonus. That is free money. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere. MyBookie.ag. Code NextRound. MyBookie.ag. Code NextRound. And Lance is coming off a 3-0 NFL Sunday, and he's got a side up right now. Did you have any baseball? I know one game's already off.
Yeah, I had I've got the over tonight in Game 7, and I'm sure Verlander will go out or Scherzer will go out and freaking
get bombed
shut it down.
Yeah, he's going to throw a no-hitter tonight, right?
He might. I hope not.
Pritch Law asks, Lance'sLock.com for that, coming off a 3-0 NFL Sunday. Pritch Law, the over or the number on Kittle receiving yards at MyBookie.ag, Lance, 50.5 is where I've got Kittle, 50.5.
So one of my favorite things to play is over receiving yards. I pick 1 or 2 guys in these random games just to give me something for entertainment value.
Yeah.
And I kind of like Kittle tonight. I think Debo is going to be really the limited 49er. Ayuk might have that huge game, so you really never know. But
yeah, Ayuk's total is 76.5. To MyBookie.ag, I don't even have a Debo Samuel's total. So
yeah, so he's
not even on the board.
I am going to, as you say that, play this Ayuk over
76.5 is where you like that.
Yeah, that's a winner.
Winner. There's a free one from Lance Dunaway. Yep. Brandon Ayuk, 76.5.
I'll go play it right now. God knows I need it
right now.
Yeah.
Let's all play it. Everybody play it.
I don't want to jack up my screen playing it. I'll do it when we're done.
Don't forget now, Dunaway. We're all going to play it. We're all going to win together.
Okay.
We're all going to win together. So Brandon Ayuk, that is Lance's.
Yeah, that's a big number for Ayuk.
Yeah. All right. As I play it, you say, "Ooh, that's a big number." 76.5.
I'm glad I held it.
No, I think it's a big number in a way. And there's one Viking that I like the over.
All right, so let me just give you the Vikings. T.J. Hawkinson, 53.5. K.J. Osborne, 42.5. Josh Oliver, 5.5. Addison, 52.5.
That's it.
Addison, 52.5.
So you guys remember the Biletnikoff winner 2 years ago at Pittsburgh when, he was teamed up with Kenny Pickett and they won an ACC championship, and then he transfers out and gets $1 million deal with USC. Didn't have a great season, and now he's starting to find a little rhythm. And he's going to be their go-to guy tonight. Now, whether or not, he has a couple of drops and Kirk Cousins gets sacked 6 times, we'll see. But I think he'll be targeted anywhere from 7 to 10 times.
Do you like playing a first touchdown scorer?
No,
No,
that is a complete coin flip.
Yeah. Tonight, if you want to play it at MyBookie.ag, Christian McCaffrey is plus 300, Jordan Mason plus 700, Elijah Mitchell plus 750, and Ayuk plus 700.
Now, I would go with Jursek. What's his number? The fullback.
The fullback. Kyle Jursek is plus 3,300. I don't know. You could definitely go with that.
Yes.
Yeah. So we've got a common friend, and it's probably not going to be initially who you guys think, but he's got a ton of money and he just sprays the board on things like this all the time. And it's kind of like we did that fundraiser last night, and Brown, you'd already gone home to watch your Dolphins, and we were reading out the silent winners. And there was this one dude that won like 6 or 7 things. And I guess his wife or himself bid on all this stuff. And he was like, what did I win this time? What did I win? That's one of those guys that's got so much money that they're able to sit back and play almost every prop on the board. And if they go 1 in 15, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right. So I've got Juszczyk plus 3,300 Dunaway for the first touchdown. They do. I'll tell you what they do with Juszczyk is, now, Deebo Samuel is out, but when they've got Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, they got all that motion going over and all those guys you're all worried about. And then, boom, there goes Juszczyk on a tight end, they got Kittle, and then there goes Juszczyk on a linebacker, and he's wide open. And you're like, man, I had to concentrate on all these guys. I was never thinking fullback.
I feel like I should go play it now since I've said it. I spoke it into existence.
Well, if you don't play it, it'll hit.
Yeah, it'll hit.
All right, San Francisco is -7, a total of 44. Lance, you say you've got a side on this game. How do you feel about the total?
If I played the total, I think I would lean over. In random games that I don't have a side or that I don't have a total in, I typically play the under. It's just not a lot of fun to watch. But I think this is one of those games. San Francisco's offense was so bad last week with Deebo leaving early and the McCaffrey banged up, and Brock Purdy had a terrible game, that, I feel like they're going to score a little bit. And I think on the other side, Minnesota will. I think this game plays into high 40s, low 50s.
Quick look ahead. Thursday night will be Bud Light game night at the new Odie's. I'm looking forward to that. New Odie's in Homewood.
Me too. Odie's Homewood. Would you want to go Diablo sandwich? Anybody?
Oh, of course. I'm going to have a Diablo sandwich.
Same menu?
Same menu.
Yeah, of course I'm going to have Diablo there. The Thursday night game, Dunaway, your Buccaneers at Buffalo. The Bills coming off a loss. The Buccaneers coming off a loss. Bills favored 8.5 in that one. 8.5. I'll be pulling for you.
I would hammer Buffalo in that contest.
Would you now?
Hammer them. Hammer them.
Buffalo.
Short week for my aging receiving core. Piece together a defense that's old as well. Are we in Buffalo?
Yeah, it's in Buffalo.
Oh, please. Hammer.
I don't know what. I mean, something's missing. I mean, Buffalo looked like there were a couple of games earlier this year, and probably the one that stood out to me the most was when Buffalo completely beat you guys into oblivion. Yep. And they look like a team that could be 15-2 and win a Super Bowl. And since that moment, they just haven't looked good at all. But you just wonder when that pops back out and Buffalo goes back to the Buffalo Bills most people expect.
Thursday night.
Against the Giants, that Sunday night game, the Giants probably should have won that game. I think Josh Allen was hurt. I did not watch a lot of the game against the Patriots Sunday, so I don't know if he still looked the same. But he looked hurt against the Giants the other night.
Prish Law jumps in and says that Buffalo, the fact they're 4-3 is the biggest shock of the season so far.
I agree. Completely.
Yeah, I mean, with their talent, but we've been saying this is for the most part, it's a window league, and Kansas City's extending this window. Patriots went forever, so it's not. There's exceptions to all of this, but people were saying last year to this year as that window starting to close a little bit. You saw it in New Orleans with Sean Payton and Drew Brees. So it does close. You had a little window with Tom Brady. So sooner or later, but Josh Allen is still young. He just makes a lot of mistakes for as good as he is.
Dolphins coming off a bad loss at Philadelphia. I mean, not a bad loss. Coming off a loss to Philadelphia. Patriots coming off their best win of the season so far. And Miami's a 9.5-point favorite at home playing New England. That's a big number.
Hammer Miami again.
Yeah,
what an easy week. They're giving money away this week in the NFL. I mean, my God, there's 2 easy winners.
I love Dunaway, but it's
Buffalo and Miami. It's giveaway weekend.
It typically is so hard to lay close to double digits in the NFL.
In division.
It's sharing weekend is what it is. They're sharing money.
In division. Well, let's do this one then, Dunaway. Rams at the Cowboys. Cowboys laying 6.5 in that one in Dallas.
It's in Dallas?
It's in Dallas.
See, it's always confusing. So it's in Dallas, so it'll be a Rams home game crowd.
Yeah, sure.
If it's in Los Angeles, there's more Cowboy fans there.
Weird,
it's crazy. You should go to that game, LT.
Easy to get to Dallas.
Yeah, it is easy to get to Dallas. I'll tell you guys about it later. I've got a Halloween party. I'm not throwing a Halloween party. I've got to go to a Halloween party. I can't figure out what I'm going to be. I think the Rams are actually as good or better than Dallas. And I'm not just saying that being a Rams fan. I mean, all of these Rams losses have been really frustrating. I know Pittsburgh's not good. Pittsburgh's kind of middle of the road. Rams didn't play their best football yesterday, but outside of that Eagles loss where they lost by 9, all of these have been one possession, really, really tight games.
Can you not wear your show costume to the party, the one you're going to wear on the show? Do you just want to save it for the show?
I still haven't got that. Dunaway asked today, are we 100% in doing that?
Well, my last piece arrived at the house today, so I hope so.
Yeah, I've got to figure something out on that. Do you have anything, Dunaway?
I don't. The one I was going to do, I don't think would be socially acceptable.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right.
You hear more about this or just bring it on us.
Interesting costume, Jim.
Well, I don't want to tell you because I like springing it on you, but I'll go ahead and tell you what it was going to be. I'm going to text you. Don't say it on the show.
Text the two of us. That's interesting.
Hey, I mean, I don't think it's going to be as bad as what they did in East Lansing.
Terrible.
No.
Hey, that was the only thing they looked at. The most interesting thing on the scoreboard this past weekend for Spartans fans. The only reason they looked up.
I know.
Yeah.
Dunaway, that's my costume. So I'm going with it.
Are you really?
100%.
God, I'm glad I told you because we'd have duplicated.
No, that would have been fine. No, the last piece arrived today.
Well, yeah,
I don't think you're going all in.
No, I'm not all in. Not all in. There'll be some stuff left off. Yes.
Yeah.
Takes too much time. So no, we'll have a commercial break. No. I'm not all in on that one.
Well, now I'm jealous. I'm glad I told you though, because it would have been stupid having two.
I think it'd be funny actually. Go ahead and do it. And I mean, we'll just see. We may even get the people to vote who's the best one.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it.
I bet I know what your last piece was.
It's the piece de resistance. It's the one that put it over the top.
Yeah.
All right. MyBookie.ag code NextRound to play all this stuff we've been talking about tonight. MyBookie.ag code NextRound. Lance'sLock.com, LT. You got to sign up tonight.
Yeah, jump on board. So we're going to go on to give you that free winner right now. We've got over Game 7 American League Championship Series. So this could be the first time since your Nationals took down the Astros that the home team has won every single game in a 7-game series. But we've got the over 9.5. It's been jumping around. So we're going to play that over, and we do have a side tonight. San Francisco, Minnesota, jump on board. Lance's Lock coming off winning day on Saturday, 3-0 yesterday. We're going to win for you.
You want to know what Kelsey wants me to go as for the show?
Yeah.
She wants me to go as Charlie Brown.
Wow. So good.
What do you think?
It's an easy one. The shirt's easy to come by.
Yeah.
I got one. I mean, I could just give you my costume. I've got one that is show related. Like anybody that watches the show consistently would love it. But my only concern is,
see, I've got mine. I've just got to go all in and order the stuff.
Yeah, mine is show related. My secondary one. I was thinking about doing it next year. It'll wait till next year. But my problem is we send photos out and the people that don't watch the show are not going to get it.
Right.
And it's just going to require explanation. So I'm torn there because I think the people that watch the show on a daily basis would love it. But people that are outside that see the photos are going to be like, what is Brown? Explain that. I don't know. I don't know what to do there.
Well, I mean, I've really enjoyed my 2 that we've done. The first year I was on my own. I was Lane Kiffin after he got golf balls and mustard things threw at him. That was good. And then last year, Ken in a box right before the Barbie movie was fantastic.
Incredible.
So I've had 2 good ones, and I'm on my own this year. And I did the Lane Kiffin one on my own. I just don't know what I'm gonna come up with.
Yeah.
And that was where I was going because it's such a newsworthy thing. But
yeah,
good call by you.
Thank you. All right, that's gonna do it. Go to Lance'sLock.com, sign up, get tonight's winner. Free play as the over in the Major League game. Dunaway, you had something?
I could go as Jeff Amanison.
That's true.
If I could do an impersonation,
You are.
I could be an impersonation. That'd be good. Doing great.
Doing great. fellas.
Yeah. Have you guys ever dreamed about syrup?
You'd have to do the rest of the show in
Yeah.
Jeff's voice and just ask random questions like that.
LT, before you tell us about Dr. B, have you ever dreamed about syrup? And if you did dream about syrup, which kind of syrup did you like?
Well, I was making out with Miss Buttersworth in a dream the other night. All right, that's going to do it for the MyBookie.ag Monday matchup. Enjoy the game tonight. We will see you tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock in the next round. MyBookie.ag code next round, and Lance's live, guys.